Good morning, everyone. I'm Julianna Jaffe Leven, and this is Awakening Wednesdays. And for those of you who might be new, we look for tools, we plant seeds of possibility to help us live a healthier, a more joy-filled life, which is a little extra challenging these days. As I was being quiet this morning before I came to this, I was just picturing myself beginning to speak and saying the words Awakening Wednesdays, and I realized I've never spoken to what that's about. Some of you know, but not all of you know, the name of my professional practice is Awakening Heart, and has been for a number of decades. And it's one of those things that, I don't know if you have this in your life, something comes to you and you move with it. And it feels like over time, you understand more and more and more deeply what that was all about for you. And the name Awakening Heart is one of those things for me. I've always been very focused on the heart. I think I came in that way. But I don't know that I understood the depth of what even my heart meant about choosing the name Awakening Heart, and how that's really the key to everything. Everything we want comes from having a deeper connection to our heart. Because as I've been saying from the beginning, that's where our truth of our soul resides. That's where the voice that tells us our deepest truth comes from. It doesn't come from here. There's a wonderful, and it's kind of a left brain, right brain sort of thing. The left brain being the very rational, intellectual, linear thinking part of us. It's very, very useful. For most of us, we've way overused it. And the right brain is more directly connected to the heart, to our deepest truth. It's nonverbal, it's creative. And most of our awakening, particularly in our Western world, but really I think for all of us, is to come closer and closer and closer to our deeper truth. And most of the information of how we get there comes from our right brain knowing and not our left brain intellectual part, if that makes any sense. And that this process of awakening, and I had a teacher years ago, she said, we're all going where we're meant to go. And we can go kicking and screaming, or we can go easily. And over the years, I think I've come to see the wisdom in what she was saying. We each have a path that we're going to walk. And if we can wake our hearts up, and do it with more awareness and conscious intention, it goes a lot easier and more gentle than if we're in this resistance all the time. We all have felt that, right? I have a place right now in my world. I'm opening up my creativity more, my physical creativity. And it's everything my heart wants. And I still resist. I get busy doing other stuff. I don't have time. And so I'm in my push-pull. I've come through the years to recognize that this is a part of my path. And I use the tools. I use the tools of awakening as much as I can. And I know I'm going. And I know I'm going to get there. As opposed to in the past where I would beat up myself. Oh, that's so ridiculous. I always say I'm going to do it. I'm never going to do it. It's hopeless. What's wrong with me? I'm so stupid. All of those kinds of things. And that brings me to what I was going to talk about today. And that is about how we hold for ourselves while we're on our journey. And we're so goal-oriented in our culture. We like to set these goals, and then we kind of judge ourselves, good, bad, right, wrong, by how we're doing on getting to our goals. And there's so little compassion and room for that we're going to unknown territories. And the reason we resist is because we have taken on ways of being, we have told ourselves stories, we have tools that are based in survival. And they have served us in a fashion of one sort or another. Otherwise, we wouldn't still be using them. And so we're asking ourselves to go beyond that knowing into the unknowing and having compassion for ourselves and what we're asking ourselves to do is so important. And I have one client who is a master of the small steps. When she began with me, what we worked with was knowing that she could let herself see whatever truth was there before her without feeling like if she saw something, she had to make a change. And so to give herself permission, and then to give herself permission to take very teeny steps, okay? And it always reminded me of my favorite professor in graduate school. And his question was, how do you eat an elephant? And the answer was one bite at a time. What happens for so many of us is we are impatient. And we want to be there like now. And I've realized through the years that one of the reasons I get impatient is because I'm a little scared. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. And so I kind of want to get there already. And then I'll know. Then I'll know I'm okay. Then I'll know I did it. And but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Because I can't get there faster than I'm ready to. And I have to be respectful of how I've traveled and how it served me, and to give myself room to travel in the way I can. Now, the heart centering we talked about last week and meditation are great, helpful agents of change. No matter what we're doing, though, we need to find something that most of us are not very strong in. And I will raise my hand. Patience has never been my strong suit. I like to move quick and sure, and like I know. And I've learned and been humbled on this journey so much that I can't go faster than I can go. And to appreciate the wisdom that has me move more slowly. And so once again, I can move more slowly with consciousness, awareness, and kindness, or I can move slowly through smashing into brick walls by trying to move faster than I can and scaring the bejeebies out of myself, making messes, all of those sort of things. Like my former teacher said, we're all going. It's one way or another. It's up to us how we go. And so I'd like to be an advocate for patience, for compassionate, kind patience with ourselves. It makes all the difference in the world. And I was gifted yesterday with a beautiful quote by Rumi. And for those of you who are not aware, Rumi is, oh my God, he's a Sufi poet. I'm trying to think. I don't know. His writings are quite old. I don't want to make up a number of what century he wrote in, but it's a long time ago. His beautiful wisdom of the heart. And this quote is, I'm going to look down here. Precious patience. It is the essence of praise. Have patience, for that is true worship. No other worship is worth as much. Patience is the key to all relief. Patience is the key to all relief. It allows us to hold ourselves with patience, compassion, kindness that allows the movement to come and the awakening to come with so much more ease and grace. I wish you a patient, compassionate, grace-filled, and ease-filled week. See you next week. Thank you.